hard year, but you already knew that. Anyways, I am back in 2021 with a new video. I will be making more videos to come, I promise. I'm not gonna disappear for a whole year. But yes, today's video is gonna be on this wall that I worked on during quarantine. Now that it's winter and we're in another lockdown, I wanted to bring a little bit of summer back into my room. And I painted this tropical design and made this neon pink light out of LED strips. And the sign in the middle says Maboohai, which essentially means live in Tagalog, but it's also used as a greeting and it's an expression that celebrates life. Bringing this lively island vibe of the Philippines into my room is definitely a great way to cheer me up. So I researched different types of tropical foliage and color schemes to use, and I decided to use dark colors for the background and bright colors for all of the leaves and the flowers. And using a photo of my wall, I imported it into PicsArt, which is a really great photo editing app. You can just get it on your phone. And I played around with some stickers to make a composition so that I could plan all of the placements and sketch them onto the wall afterwards. And this is the complete image that I'm going to be using as a reference. Now I started laying the base colors on the wall. I started with purple at the top and blended some strokes of blue going down. And then I changed my mind and I wanted the top to be darker and get lighter towards the bottom. Now I'm laying some painter's tape on the wall as a guide for where the neon light is going to go. With the base complete, I'm using white pencil crayon to sketch all of the leaves and the flowers on the wall. Now I start filling in the sketches with white paint. And since I'm using acrylic paint for this project, I'm putting a white base onto everything in the foreground so that it doesn't get muddled with the darker color in the back. And my technique for painting is to lay down the base color, and then I fill in the shadows and then the midtones, and then I add the highlights on top. This part is so much fun. I feel like this is the most chill part of the project because I just love sitting there and painting and like putting all these colors down. And you don't have to necessarily be good at painting to enjoy it, but you definitely get better the more you practice. And apart from the painting, I also wanted to add more dimension to the wall, so I'm using plastic flowers and leaves to decorate it as well. And I'm painting the leaves so it matches the aesthetic of the painting on the wall. And I'm using a combination of nails and stick-on strips to make sure everything is secure. For the focal point of my wall, I'm molding the cursive letters using wire from a wire hanger, and then I'm going to wrap it with strips of fabric for color and texture. And the sign is going to be mounted on a foam board, so I'm writing it directly onto the board, and I'll use this as a guide for the backing as well as to help form the letters using the wire. So the wire hangers work pretty well because they're strong and it holds the shape that you bend them into, but it also helps to use pliers for the more intricate curves. After I was happy with the sign, I cut out the shape of the foam and covered it in gold contact paper. It helps to use a credit card to smooth it on so there's no air bubbles. And I cut slits around the edge about an inch apart, and this helps the paper lie flat when I wrap it towards the back. And this is how the lettering looks so far after wrapping it in green fabric. So I kind of struggled a little bit wrapping the fairy lights because I think it's about 10 meters total and it just kept getting tangled into a giant ball. But eventually it worked out and I had exactly enough to cover the whole sign. And I got this craft vine trim from the dollar store and wrapped it around, and it really ties the whole look together for the vine look, and it's looking pretty cute so far. And for the flowers, I'm using these little heart-shaped sequins and green sequins for the leaves. I just hot glued them on directly to the LED lights. And since LEDs don't heat up the way incandescent lights do, it's gonna stay in place and it's not gonna melt. And I also really like how the sequins kind of soften the light and give them like a colorful glow. Okay, for the next step, I'm gonna make the border neon light, and I'm using a 1/2 inch wide LED strip. And these LEDs are the waterproof kind. Because I'm gonna be hot gluing PVC on top of it, I didn't want to use regular LEDs. LED strips can definitely heat up, and I feel like using hot glue directly on top of them wouldn't be safe. But also the waterproof LEDs diffuse the light a little bit because of their clear coating, and I feel like this is gonna help with the neon aesthetic. And I cut a bunch of strips of foam at the same width of the LED strip, and now I'm lining up the pieces along the painter's tape. And I used tape to stick them together temporarily, and after I was happy with the shape and the measurements, I glued them together. And after gluing it, I put it back on the wall and hammered some nails under the corners so they can be used as a support to hang the light onto. And I used the adhesive backing on the LED to attach it to the foam strips, and at the corner I cut the LEDs at the cutting point and soldered the joints together. So far it looks pretty good. So to attach the PVC onto the lights, I put some hot glue onto the LEDs and I placed the pipe on top, and I wrapped the whole thing in duct tape along the sides and the back so that everything is held together. So I just finished taping up the light, so now I'm gonna plug it in and see how it looks. So I just have it connected to this little power surge here. I'm just gonna turn that on. Oh! Wow! Oh! Are you joking? Okay, let me not laugh because I'm gonna cry. So I'm pretty sure I was a little too aggressive taping this up, that I ripped the little corner connection that I soldered right here, so okay, I'll do it tomorrow. So I have the little hooks here with the wires attached, and I just hammered these little hooks on the wall and this side. Ooh! Oh, that's so cute! It looks nice when it's on, but it also looks nice when it's off. So I painted some parts of the wire green. I think I'm just gonna hide it behind this leaf over here. Yeah, that kind of works. Okay, almost done. Hello, I'm back, and I look like a mango. Oh my god, no, don't break. So I finished up taping the light, and now I'm gonna put it up. I already tested it, and it works. So hopefully after I hang it, it's still gonna work. I can't tell you how much I struggled with this little neon light right here, but it's finally done, and it was a lot of trial and error, but I'm glad it actually worked out. So it actually worked. Okay, sir, back to your assigned seat, please. That's actually lit. It's literally lit. Oh my gosh, I love this. Okay, don't look at the bottom, that looks like trash. Wow, that's pretty dope. So that concludes today's video. I hope you liked it. I hope you enjoyed watching the process. So if you like this video, be sure to like this video and feel free to subscribe because I will be posting a lot more. And I hope you have a nice day. Bye!